Welcome back, friends. This is Solomon Jagwe. I am back with an amazing update. So, a friend of mine sent me this link to OpenAI Sora, and I'm just blown away. It's one of those moments, I guess, in time where you feel like, there's like a crossroads of sorts, and this guy is what you're looking at is not it's not like real. This was actually generated with AI. It's a new platform that's coming up called Sora, and it's incredible that this was generated from text. It was text to video. That's incredible. So the prompt, let me get out of this. So the prompt is: a stylish woman walks down a Tokyo street filled with warm, glowing neon and animated city signage. She wears a black leather jacket, a long red dress, and black boots, and carries a black purse. She wears sunglasses and red lipstick. She walks confidently and casually. The street is damp and reflective, creating a mirror effect of the colorful lights. Many pedestrians walk about. And that's exactly what the AI created. This is amazing, guys. It's incredible that this is actually happening. And I don't know about you guys, but as an animator, as a video editor, I find this to be incredibly amazing because the more, I guess, we look at content creation, the more we see more of this. This is the trend. This is where this is headed. And I can't believe the quality that we're able to see in this video. The kind of it's like it's unreal. I mean, for the AI to be able to get all the details right, all the like prompts and put them in here. And some of the things that that you notice about AI is usually the hands. That's why the systems usually struggle, the models. But this is really well done. So now I'm wondering, was this based on like a video, like a pool of videos that the AI was able to collect from? Is this a real person? Is there in the world someone who looks like this that was recorded and then the system is actually looking at them, gathering all that data, just like, right? And let me just go up here so you can see so they're saying we are teaching AI to understand and simulate the physical world in motion with the goal of training models that help people solve problems that require real world interaction. Introducing Sora, our text video model. Sora can generate videos up to 1 minute long. That is incredible, guys. A minute long. And so while maintaining visual quality and adherence to the user's prompt, right? And so this is from OpenAI slash Sora. And so this is what we're looking at. Okay, let's go to the next video because this is realistic. But when you look at this one, this is like stylized, right? Look at that. This is a mammoth that, because no one really has footage of a mammoth unless if like there's an animated movie of like a mammoth somewhere out there. I can't believe that this is actually footage that you can. It's like amazing. Look at the footprints as they go into the snow right there. Usually there's a blurriness when you're looking at that, but they seem to have, I don't know. So I'm wondering where this content is coming from that they're able to recreate this as a prompt. So let's look at the prompt itself. The prompt is: several giant woolly mammoths approach, treading through a snowy meadow. Their long woolly fur lightly blows in the wind as they walk. Snow-covered trees and dramatic snow-capped mountains in the distance. Mid-afternoon light with wispy clouds and the sun high in the distance creates a warm glow. The low camera view is stunning, capturing the large furry mammal with beautiful photography depth of field. And that's what the AI was able to recreate. That blows my mind. Like, look at the texture of the mammoth, the tusks, the lighting, the shadows, how accurate they are. So I don't know, guys. I don't know if any of you have already seen this footage before somewhere, because the world is huge. And some of you may be animators, because this looks animated because we don't have original footage of a woolly mammoth. But here they are. They've generated this using a prompt, you know? It's so many questions that I have. All right, let's go to the next one. And this one is the prompt is a movie trailer featuring the adventures of the 30-year-old spaceman wearing a red wool knitted motorcycle helmet, blue sky, salt desert cinematic style shot on 35mm film, vivid colors. And I'm telling you, as a photographer, and I used to do cinematography, this is incredible. That is 35mm lens, right? And the quality. So I'm wondering again, is this person real or not? Because what I'm looking at is something that looks real, right? But the location like that's not real. Unless if someone has created like a video somewhere before, and that's the quality that they're able to get. And I don't know if you're getting the quality as I'm streaming this. Hopefully you guys get to watch it back after I am done to see the quality, but it looks amazing. All right, let's go to the next one. So that's real life footage. Let's try like landscape, right? That's like more like a cinematic shot, like almost like a drone shot of a sea, like a coastline. And this one, so the prompt is drone view of waves crashing against the rugged cliffs along Big Safsbury Point Beach. The crashing blue waters create the white-tipped waves while the golden light of the sun illuminates the rocky shore. A small island with a lighthouse sits in the distance, and green shrubbery covers the cliff's edge. The steep drop from the road down to the beach is a dramatic feat, with the cliff's edges jutting out over the sea. This is a view that captures the raw beauty of the coast and the rugged landscape of the Pacific Coast Highway. That is amazing. So let me maximize that and look at the quality of this footage that's generated by AI. that is amazing. You know, the rock formation. Again, I'm wondering, is this like real footage? Like I can see this is flat over here. The trees are kind of flat. So you would expect that there'll be like highs and lows in the tree lines and all that. But down here, man, it's amazing what the quality looks like, because this, if you have, think about it, if you want to shoot like a documentary of sorts, you may not need to hire a drone or a helicopter. You may actually be able to use AI to be able to generate the footage for you to create like a documentary. Of course, there has to be like context so that something is actually real, because some of these things are put together by AI, so it might not be true to where this is not a real place. This is generated by artificial intelligence, and you can see some people over there in time. So it's blowing my mind right now. Okay, let's go to the next one. And this is where my mind was actually like going wild. This is a cartoon character. And what the prompt they did was animated scene features a close-up of a short fluffy monster kneeling beside a melting red candle. The art style is 3D and realistic, with a focus on lighting and texture. The mood of the painting is one of wonder and curiosity. Now, they said painting, they didn't say video, right? So as the monster gazes at the flame with the wide eyes and open mouth, its pose and expression convey a sense of innocence and playfulness, as if it is exploring the world around it for the first time. The use of warm colors and dramatic lighting further enhances the cozy atmosphere of the image. That is amazing, right? So this prompt, it captures, like, the AI was able to capture almost everything that was mentioned in the prompt. And look at this little cute character. Look at the fur, right? Now I'm wondering, again, is this like based on footage? Someone animated this and now the AI is drawing from that pool and then recreating this character, because the prompt is on point. Look at the reflection of the lights in the eyes and the candle melting a little bit. Now the flame is not flickering. Maybe they should have added that in the prompt, but it's not. But look at the lighting. the volumetric. It's like global illumination. This is something that I would expect to see like from Pixar. That's what's amazing to me. All right, so that's cartoons. So think about, guys, people who are gonna be creating like animated short films by just prompting. This, I'm wondering about the animation, like rendering is gonna probably go out of the window for in the near future, where all you have to do is just text to video, and you're able to generate something like that. So you have to be descriptive, I think, because from the results that I see, as long as you're very, very descriptive, you get the results this way. Now, of course, we don't have access to this model yet, but it's incredible to see this. Okay, let's go to the next one. Now, this is underwater. So let's see. It was simple. The prompt is a gorgeously rendered papercraft world of a coral reef rife with colorful fish and sea creatures. And that is what they're able to get. Now, again, my mind is blown, and I'm wondering, like really wondering, has an animator out there created this, and the AI is drawing from that pool of, this kind of style? If not, if that's not the case, then it's incredible that artificial intelligence is able to actually create something like this, right? This is like an underwater scene that has been, it's almost like an artist taking a model, applying like a cartoony texture to it, like in Photoshop. And then after you've UV unwrapped it and mapped it, and then you're able to, but look at the depth of field. Look at the sea lion, like the sea horses, and the way the fish look. This is amazing. This is one of those things that, we've been talking about AI. We've seen AI come on the scene, and we've seen it in like image generation, audio generation, sound, like voice generation, things like that. But to do from text to video and be so on point, and for this one, it really was just a simple line: a gorgeously rendered papercraft world of a coral reef rife with colorful fish and sea creatures, and it's able to get a sea turtles. Look at that. I've been looking at this one. Let's see, it's a prompt. Okay, this is a close-up shot of a Victoria crown pigeon, showcases its striking blue plumage and red chest. Its crest is made of delicate lacy feathers, while its eye is a striking red color. I mean, look at that. The bird's head is tilted slightly to the side, giving the impression of it looking regal and majestic. It does. The background is blurred, drawing attention to the bird's striking appearance. And guys, the AI was able to actually capture that, and look at the plumage. This is like almost a paradise bird that you'd expect to see in the Amazon, or somewhere in Africa. And that is blowing my mind. Like when this model comes out, the way people are going to be able to generate things, like it's just bending reality. Like, what are we going to be doing as artists, right? Cinematographers, are we going to have to forget using cameras? Like people who are invested in red cameras, you could just think up of a scene and then just have it recorded. Like you don't have to buy prime lenses anymore. It's incredible that that OpenAI is working on something like this. All right, let's go to the next one, because it doesn't end there. This blew my mind. So this is the prompt is photorealistic close-up video of two pirate ships battling each other as they sail inside a cup of coffee. Amazing. That is a pirate ship, two pirate ships battling each other in a cup of coffee. I wish they had, in this particular video, they had actually said with cannons blazing, right? So you can, I want to desperately see if it can do that. But that looks like a 3D model of a ship, a pirate ship. And as the camera changes, that looks like a 3D model, right? It's not flat. Like in most videos that I've seen, the system seems to struggle with the generating of 3D objects. But look at the way the sails are actually blowing in the wind, and the flag like right here. That is amazing. I don't know, guys. I have to wonder about video editors. Like once this model comes out, It's gonna change the landscape as we know it in terms of animation. Because if you're a book writer, you can do like book trailers this way, you know. Okay, let's go to the next one. It gets crazier after this. All right, now this is funny because this looks like something that an editor would do like on a green screen, right? And you place someone in a cloud, but this is just prompted. A young man at his 20s is sitting on a piece of cloud in the sky reading a book. He's sitting on a piece of cloud, sitting reading a book. Now look at that. Now my question is that a real person? Is this based on someone's footage that was holding a book? And then the AI was able to mash it together and then place them on a cloud that is floating up. That is amazing. So let's go down. So here's some more information. Says so today Sora is becoming available to red teamers to assess critical areas for harm or risks. We are also granting access to a number of visual artists, designers, and filmmakers to gain feedback on how to advance the model to be most helpful for creative professionals. They haven't reached out to me yet, so when they do, I'll make sure I share this with you. We are sharing our research progress early to start working with and getting feedback from people outside of OpenAI and to give the public a sense of what AI capabilities are on the horizon. All right, here's another one. So this is historical footage of California during the gold rush. Now we know cameras were not like there during the gold rush, but we have a drone flying through this Western world, and look at that. There are horses, people on horses. It does look like a Western town. There's a river in the center. They didn't even mention that. But because, of course, there's going to be panning and sifting for gold, so they imagine that's what it would look like. Now, I'm curious because in the background, I wanted to see if there were any homes that were generated that don't belong in this era, because that's where the AI would have to struggle, kind of, right? But look at that. It does look like really old footage. And you can see horses and carriages are being pulled. You see cowboys with it. This is incredible. Okay, let's get to the next one. So this one, the prompt is close-up view of a glass sphere that has a Zen Garden within it. And there's a small dwarf in the sphere who is raking the Zen Garden and creating patterns in the sand. Guys, just think about that. And that is... It's incredible. There is the little guy. He's raking inside the glass dome. Oh my gosh. So really, we are just going to be limited by our imagination and what you can type and prompt. All right, let's go to the next one. This is mind-blowing. So the prompt is extreme close-up of a 24-year-old woman's eye blinking, standing in the Marrakesh during magic hour. Cinematic film shot in 70mm, depth of field, vivid colors, and cinematic. And my goodness, look at that. That is incredible. Look at the eyelashes, the skin texture. So this generated by AI, like, oh my goodness, it takes the labor out of trying to invest in equipment. If you just need one shot for your film, this is what you're gonna be able to create with this model. And look at the clarity and the quality of the footage, right? It's amazing. The reflection in the eyes, the makeup. Look at that. 70mm, and that is exactly what I expect to see as a cinematographer. This is gonna change our jobs as an artist. I feel like we need to kind of either learn this technology, and I don't know if we're all gonna become prompters, but we have to figure out a way to learn how to harness this technology as much as possible, because this is coming. And this is actually, they're saying they've already started giving this out to artists and visual artists to test it and give feedback to OpenAI. Let's go to the next one. That's not the end of it. Now, cartoon characters, right? So this is a simple prompt. A cartoon kangaroo disco dances. So here it is. You know how like when the artists were going up against these AI companies, and they were saying that we've noticed that in some of the work that Midjourney is creating, we're seeing our signatures, we're seeing our work being replicated. My question is this animation from like an animated studio out there from maybe Hollywood that has actually created something similar, and this system went in and drew from those characters? Because look in the background, guys. It's like a whole cast of other cartoon characters that look like they were 3D modeled, but yet they're saying this is generated using OpenAI. Like Sora is the one that generated that. And look at the cloth simulation, right? It blows my mind. Like if you're like someone who is interested in making cartoon characters, a cartoon series, it seems like this is gonna be easy to create. And I don't know what's gonna happen because it's gonna be like just prompting, it's just gonna flood the market with all kinds of content. But it's also gonna be, I think people are probably gonna prompt and try to protect their prompts because you don't want someone else to create the same idea. But I'm wondering where this resource is coming from. Like, do they have a database of animated characters, every possible permutation? Or is AI actually able to generate anything you can imagine, anything you can think of, is what I'm wondering. Yeah. So let's get the next one. Almost there. So this one is the prompt is a beautiful homemade video showing the people of Lagos, Nigeria in the year 2056, shot with a mobile phone. Now, in the year 2056, now this is interesting because now you're going into the future in what Lagos could possibly look like in 2056. Now, I'm wondering, like, really, will Lagos in 2056 look like that? Will people be dressed like that? Is that what they're going to be wearing? There's nothing. There's no resource. There's no database of the future, right? So how does the AI know what the future is going to look like in 2056? You know, and when I look down here, it doesn't look futuristic. I still see like bikes that are maybe based on footage from Lagos, Nigeria. And you can see some like weirdness around the faces of the characters. I see a city back in the horizon, but this right here, is that really what AI thinks Lagos, Nigeria is going to look like in 2056? Like, has Nigeria not developed enough in 2056 for it to just look like that? I don't know about that, guys. I don't know if they're giving Nigeria enough credit, if the AI is giving Nigeria enough credit for that, right? So let me know what you guys think as you're looking at this, because it's just blowing my mind. All right, let's go down. So do you see that? That's the issue with let me see, can I go back a little bit? I saw the hands of this character right there. So that's when you know AI, this is generated by AI. You can actually see the hand deforming there. That's a telltale sign of AI. It was definitely generated by AI. So now in the future, you're wondering about the clothing, right? But this right here is the telltale sign. So if they're able to fix that, I think it's going to become even more and more realistic. All right, let's get out of this one. Let's go to the next one. And this one, the prompt is a petri dish with a bamboo forest growing within it that has tiny red pandas running around. That is so cool. Look at that. There's the red panda jumping around. He jumped out of the petri dish. And there they go. And look at the shadow and the reflection. This, again, makes me wonder. Rendering, like real-time rendering, is going to go out of the window, because if AI can render reflections and can render global illumination, we are going to be able to create anything that you can think of. Absolutely. Yeah, that's what I think too. You know, like if you don't have any person without any artistic like training, it's going to be able to do this. It's going to come down to our imagination. And I don't know what kids are going to be learning in school. 20 years from now. It's not funny at all. It cannot be stopped. You're right. It's incredible that this is where we're headed. Like, what a universe is going to be teaching in 2, 3, 4 years from now, because this is happening right now, which means if you're paying thousands of dollars to go to college to learn to be a graphic artist or an animator, this is going to change the way we guide our children. Like, even as artists, as you're trying to think of how to increase your skill, there's no need for that when the AI can actually do this. You can just do, and look at the quality of the render, right? Okay, let's go to the next one. So the prompt is: the camera rotates around a large stack of vintage televisions, all showing different programs: 1950s sci-fi movies, horror movies, news, static, 1970s sitcom, etc., set inside a large New York museum gallery. And AI was able to do that. So think about what just happened. It's able to get any type of footage, apply it to any or one of these TV screens, and make it interesting. Not just randomly put something there, but actually, and it actually puts some of them are off, some of them are on. But as I look to each screen, or I look at each screen, there are all kinds of interesting footage. Now, that one at least I know that it's probably drawing from a database of all manner of footage. Did they also scrub like the internet, or did they have to build their own database of all this footage? Is this real footage? Is this truly historic footage? Because there's some deformation that I see when I look at some of these people. But the fact that it's able to do this is amazing. This reminds me of the Matrix a little bit. My gosh. Okay, let's go to the next one. Here we go now. This is a 3D 3D animation of a small, round, fluffy creature with big, expressive eyes explores a vibrant, enchanted forest. The creature, a whimsical blend of a rabbit and a squirrel, has soft blue fur and a bushy striped tail. And it does, guys, it actually does. It hops along a sparkling stream, its eyes wide with wonder. The forest is alive with magical elements, flowers that glow and change colors, trees with leaves in shades of purple and silver, and the small floating lights that resemble fireflies. The creature stops to interact playfully with a group of tiny fairy-like beings dancing around a mushroom ring. The creature looks up in awe at a large glowing tree that seems to be the heart of the forest. Oh my goodness. AI was able to create almost everything that was in that prompt. Look at the little creatures. The stream that it talks about, the reflection. Now, one thing that I noticed, I'm trying to see if it actually reflects the little characters that are on the mushroom. No, it's not doing that. Okay, so that's one thing. Maybe if they're done the reflection, done the prompt, that the eyes need to reflect these little creatures. But look at how beautiful and cute this character is. This looks like something that Pixar would make. Look at these characters. They remind me of like Zootopia. But look at that. Look at the depth of field. Look at that's incredible. I don't know, guys, but today, right as we're speaking, I think the art world has just changed overnight. And what we're looking at right now is like the advent of a whole new era in animation. And I am wondering, there's a short film that I'm working on. I'm wondering what we're going to be, I'm really wondering, where do we go from here? If this is exactly what we're able to create with just prompting, with just text, the sky is no longer the limit. The computers are no longer the limit. The GPUs are going to be the limit, maybe, because this is really being generated in the cloud, or is it going to be locally generated? Anyway, let's go to the next one. Oh, that's the end of that one. So let's see. Is there anything else? All right. So Sora is able to generate complex scenes with multiple characters, specific types of motion, and accurate details of the subject and background. The model understands not only what the user has asked for in the prompt, but also how those things exist in the physical world. Oh my goodness. This is groundbreaking, guys. Because all along we've been like constrained by what the picture we provide to the AI, but this is recreating. Once you prompt something, it won't go just look at the prompt itself. It's going to look at the physics around it, right? So the prompt for this video is: the camera follows behind a white vintage SUV with a black roof rack. You see that roof rack as it speeds up a steep dirt road. Yeah, that's a dirt road, and surrounded by pine trees on a steep mountain slope. Dust kicks up from its tires. The sunlight shines on the SUV as it speeds along the dirt road, casting a warm glow over the scene. The dirt road curves gently into the distance with no other cars or vehicles in sight. Look at that, guys. The trees on either side of the road are redwoods with patches of greenery scattered throughout. The car is seen from the rear, following the curve with ease, making it seem as if it's on a rugged drive through the rugged terrain. The dirt road itself is surrounded by steep hills and mountains, with a clear blue sky above with wispy clouds. And that is what exactly has been created by the artificial intelligence. This is mind-blowing, because if you are a filmmaker, think about what this does to the film industry and Hollywood itself. The amount of crew, like resources that you have to put together just to shoot this, the location scouting, right? The system has created this with ease. Now I'm wondering how long it takes for this to be generated. Like, how long do you have to wait in the cloud? Do you have to wait in the cloud, or is this going to be local for it to generate this? But look at what it has done. Like, when you think about runway, when it generates this kind of movement on a picture that you've generated from from AI, usually there are issues, but I can see that it's actually obeying physics in terms of the way the dust trail is leaving behind the track. Now, of course, if you pay attention, let me maximize this. You can see that the dirt is coming from the wrong place. It really should be coming from the tires, but it's coming from the center here. So there are some things here that you can tell that definitely this is AI generated. But overall, I think if you already have a location like this, right, and you maybe are trying to create a movie, but you don't want to go there just yet, you want to see what the shot would look like, I think this comes handy as a filmmaker, as a director, as a DOP, right, that you get a sense of what you need to shoot. Even though it's not accurate, because definitely this dust is not coming from the right place. It should be coming from the bottom of the tires, but it's not. But even then, it's able to. And I think it's supposed to be Range Rover, but it's done over. That's funny. That's a done over. So now this is interesting, because they had to have gotten into a resource or database that has Range Rovers, because that is very close to what a Range Rover is called. Even though it's saying done over, it made up that name. It gave the car a name, and maybe they're smart enough not to call it a Range Rover. They don't want to be sued. But that's amazing. All right, let's go to the next one. This is mind-blowing. So this one is simple. It says reflections in the window of a train traveling through Tokyo suburbs. And in here, you can actually see reflections of people, right? And someone seems to be on the phone. Maybe they're holding the support as they are. Look, yeah. So that's crazy, because as it passes like a dark building, you can see the reflection of the woman. There she goes again. That's amazing that you can do that. This changes the way we do like shorts. Like if you're preparing a short for a movie, that this is just text. You're just prompting this using text, and then it turns into a video. So let's go to the next one. And so the prompt of this one is: a drone camera circles around a beautiful historic church built on a rocky outcropping along the Amalfi Coast. So I'm curious, anyone who lives on the Amalfi Coast, if this is actually there, if this is actually what it looks like. I definitely need to go and do some research and see if this church actually exists or if it's something. All right. And the view showcases a historic and magnificent architectural details and tiered pathways and patios. Waves are seen crashing against the rocks below as the view overlooks the horizon of the coastal waters and hilly landscapes of the Amalfi Coast, Italy. Several distant people are seen walking and enjoying vistas on patios in the dramatic ocean views. The warm glow of the afternoon sun creates a magical and romantic feeling of the scene. The view is stunning, captured with beautiful photography. Okay, so I've been to Italy, but I've never been to the Amalfi Coast. But to see how cool. Okay, now I can see the issue there because the people, yes, they're walking. The person just disappeared into the railing. So that's how you know this is not true to life, because it has populated with people, which is amazing. And you can see the waves. This church, I am not sure if it's there or not. But if this is footage, original footage that was shot, and it's able to draw from that database, maybe it's using that and then applying, like populating it with people. But that's amazing that's able to actually do that. Yeah. Yes, you're right. So let me see. Like, think about it. If you are in After Effects and you wanted to populate people, right? You would have to have shot the people on green screen to be able to add them. But the AI has actually done this. So if this shot is going to occur maybe like 4 seconds in your short film or documentary, of course, people are going to pay attention to those. The human eye is very keen when it comes to catching things that are not real to life. But the fact that this is almost like a drone shot, and I can still see things that are not correct for sure. So I don't think this would be great to use like in a documentary, like if you're trying to do like real life, you know. Okay, let's go to the next one. This one is: a large orange octopus is seen resting on the bottom of the ocean. Now, this one I'm like, okay, yeah, that is expected, but you can actually see issues with the octopus because this one looks like a National Geographic video, and the crab itself has legs that they don't make sense. It looks like it's a more than 8 legs. It's almost like a spider, more than 8 legs for sure. So that one is not so like impressive, although it still was able to recreate the undersea, and the lighting is amazing, and the color of the octopus for sure. And then even in the backdrop, like over there, you can see like the global like gold rays over there, and the lighting is really really cool. So this one has issues. I'm not very too impressed with that one. Let me not say that. Let's go to the next one. This one is: a flock of paper airplanes flutters through a dense jungle, weaving around trees as if they were migrating birds. Now, this is impressive, right? Think about I would love to create a scene with paper planes flying through like a lobby of maybe like an airport, right? Think about that, like the possibilities of what we're able to do. Paper planes going Q3, which means that you can, if you had like which means I can do like a flock of birds, like a sunrise. Anyway, just think about the things that you could, even now, right now, I can see my mind is already being, like I'm thinking of possibilities, because this is what this is prompting me to do. It's like, it is a prompt, someone prompted it, but it's also causing me to actually start to imagine beyond beyond what I see to what is possible. Now the trees have issues. Yes, there's like a layering of the trees and the leaves, but you can see the leaves are kind of meshing into each other. So there's some physics issues in this one for sure. The potential, I think it's a this is weird. This one is a weird one. So a cat waking up, its sleeping owner demanding breakfast. The owner tries to ignore the cat, but the cat tries new tactics, and finally the owner pulls out a secret stash of treats from under the pillow to hold the cat off a little longer. Let's see, does she really do that? So the cat is waking her up, and the cat has 5 legs because this one leg becomes 2 paws, like right there. A 5-legged cat. I don't want that kind of cat for sure. But look at her. She's being so her arm is also in places that she looks in pain. Like this doesn't make sense right here. Where is her hand? So there are some issues. The cat looks great once until it starts moving. Now it has 5 legs. So that one, the AI is like messed up right now. All right, let's go to the next one. I mean, the lighting is beautiful and the shadow of the cat. So you can definitely tell that this is drawn from an original footage that had a cat in it. All right, let's go to the next one. Now, this is Bonaire wildlife on the Kinabagan. I'm sorry, I'm muddling that. I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't know if it's Kina or China or Kinabatangan River. That's a tongue twister. But let's see. So this one, I don't know what to think of it, because, okay, yeah, I see the issue right there already. So the wing of this bird is gonna pop up right there. That's not correct, anatomically correct, and also the tail, but it does a good job of like the cinematic shot and the camera pulling in like that, and then adding some wildlife in that, and for the wildlife to be able to turn its head, that looks cinematic. That looks gorgeous, except for the anatomy issues here and there. It's incredible what this can do. Yeah, there's definitely a glitch in the matrix. All right, let's go to the next one. This is this. Okay, so this is a Chinese Lunar New Year celebration video with Chinese dragon. I know this is gonna have issues, right? So already I can see like the hands like disappearing as it's pushing. There are 5 fingers, 10 fingers, 6 fingers. So these people, it makes me wonder, are these real people? Like, what if someone doesn't want to be in this video, but was this a resource of a video that was, I don't know. I guess this is where the copyright issues come in, and wonder what if people give you permission to use them in your footage. Because imagine if you're shooting a film, you have to pay extras, right? So you can't just gather people and just shoot them and without their permission, especially if you're going to make money from it. That's just not okay. So all these people, are these AI generated people? Are they real? They look real. But of course, with the AI, you can see that some of the issues of the legs, like right there, you see the legs going back and forth. But it does look great as a matter of composition. You get a sense that you're there. Like if you don't pay for attention to details, overall it's an amazing composition. And of course, the dragon looks great on the top, and down below is where it has some issues. But that's amazing that the AI is able to do that. This shows you the potential of the AI, right? And I think that's the end of that collection. Okay, so here goes. The model has a deep understanding of language, enabling it to accurately interpret prompts and generate compelling characters that express vibrant emotions. What? Let me read that again. The model has a deep understanding of language, enabling it to accurately interpret prompts and generate compelling characters that express vibrant emotions. So I'm wondering, does that mean that it's going to be able to understand every language? Or what do they mean by this understanding of language, of languages? Or I don't know. Maybe the prompt is that what they're saying? But let's see if what they're saying is that the ability to express vibrant emotions. Sora can also create multiple shots within a single generated video that accurately persist characters, accurately portray, maybe they meant to say portray characters and visual style with accurately persistent. Okay, let's see what this is about. So the prompt here is tour of an art gallery with many beautiful works of art in different styles. Ha. Okay, let me look at this and see. So there's the painting. It stays consistent as the camera is pulling away. There's another painting. Stays consistent. Stays consistent. Any changes? No, it stays consistent. That's incredible. So does that mean that I could prompt footage of my own, a gallery of my own art? Yeah, in less of 1 year, anyone can be able to use exactly. This is amazing that this is where we are headed. All right, so that's incredible. But I'm thinking in terms of like, as artists, like, do you want, if you wanted to generate your own gallery, like if you want to show off your guys, hey, I'm gonna have like a maybe a show, like an exhibit. Well, how it looks like I'll be able to like prompt this to show. But now, does that mean that it has to have access to my art? Right? That means I can't, because it doesn't have access to the art that I have. Will it be just put? Does it just put anyone's art up there? Whose paintings are these? Are these AI generated paintings as well? So this is interesting. Let's go to the next one. So the prompt is beautiful snowy Tokyo city is bustling. The camera moves through the bustling city street, following several people enjoying the beautiful snowy weather and shopping at nearby stores. Gorgeous sakura petals are flying through the wind and wind along with the snowflakes. Oh my goodness. Look at that. That is amazing. I don't know if this place actually exists or if this is all made up, you know, because it actually added like vehicles on the left hand side. You can actually see the vehicles. The vehicles disappear every now and then, yeah, like yeah, there's a glitch. Glitch in the matrix. The vehicle disappeared. It didn't continue on. So the buses continue, but there's a car that disappears like right around here. It just shows up and then disappears and then shows up and then disappears. Like that, just like the matrix, a glitch. A glitch in the matrix. But overall, I can see the snow, I can see the petals. That is beautiful. And the potential of that. So here she's walking. I don't know how the camera came to be to rest right here. So when the people are starting out at the beginning of this shot, and there's a railing right there. Are they gonna walk over it? So here they are. They seem to start off on top of the building. So that's an issue for sure. They should really should have been like way down there. Okay, let's try the next one. So a stop motion animation of a flower growing out of it. Come on, even stop motion actors. Like, look at that. Where does the AI know to get, like, is it a database of like flowers that are blooming? That is incredible. And the shadows, like the way it's able to cast the shadows as the flower is coming out of the bud. That is amazing. Now I would probably have added like maybe add a little bug or maybe like a bumblebee or like maybe like a hummingbird, things like that. But look at the camera shake, right? It's almost like a handheld feel to it. Gives it like that added realism and then the focus on it. Amazing. No camera was used. No one was hired to light this. All this is happening because AI, you prompted AI to do that. That's amazing. Let's get the next one. Okay, so now we're coming into the realm of sci-fi. This is Nuts. Oh my gosh. So, okay. The story of a robot's life in a cyberpunk setting. Oh my goodness. Look at these guys. Sci fi fans, anybody that loves science fiction, look at this. This is incredible. I am like dumbfounded right now that this has, look at the lighting. Look at the, so we no longer have to rig robots. We no longer have to model like things. You can just tell it to create cyberpunk environments and then add animation and characters. I'm wondering if it will be able to add dialogue, but looks very convincing. This looks cinematic. It's almost like something that you want to, like, you see created in the Unreal Engine. The lighting is amazing. Now the people are not moving much, so maybe that's the prompt that didn't specifically indicate that, but you can get a sense. This is, if you've watched Real Steel, this gives me vibes of Real Steel, kind of. That's amazing. Okay, I see some issues down here on the ground. The wires are also moving, but the camera is these are multiple shots. That's what they were talking about, that you're able to generate multiple shots of the prompt. And then there are the backdrop. I mean there are some issues clearly, but the fact that this, if you're thinking about concept, like as a concept artist, I think this is the power of these technologies, that you'll be able to do this on the fly. Concept artist jobs, rigging jobs, modeling jobs, they're in danger. Like, this is really, we've come to that point that it's able to do that. I could stay staring at this scene because so many ideas are going through my mind, and the issues that come with that, it's incredible. And that was a simple prompt, the story of a robot's life in a cyberpunk setting, and that's what you get. Let's go to the next one. Okay, this one, the prompt is an extreme close-up of I'm angry. An an extreme close-up of a gray-haired man with a beard in his 60s. So clearly the AI is able to, even if you don't make, like, the semantics and the syntax doesn't work really well, it's able to understand what you're saying. And I think that's what they were saying, that it understands language. So it understands humans might make mistakes, okay, when you're typing. So even at a little boy, like young kids who don't know how to spell, they're probably going to be able to say things, type things, and then I feel for our kids' future though. Like, seriously, we, like, okay, I digress. Okay, he is deep in thought, pondering the history of the universe as he sits at a cafe in Paris. His eyes focus on the people off screen as they walk, as he sits mostly motionless. He is dressed in a wool coat suit, coat with a button down shirt. He wears a brown beret and glasses and has a very professional appearance. In the end, he offers a subtle closed mouth smile, as if he found the answer to the mystery of life. The lighting is very cinematic with the golden light and the Persian streets. Oh, wait a minute. At the end, he offers a subtle closed mouth smile. And the AI was able to actually do that. Look at that. Ah, like how? Again, I ask, is there footage of a person who already has already done what the prompt is? Like, how is it possible that it's able to get every permutation out there, possibly, of what could be done, right? This looks like real footage of a human being. And look at the reflection in the glass, in his glasses, right? And there are people back in the background. You can see the hair, the beard, and when he does that smile, they prompted. You can see the folds in his, like, jawline, and my goodness, that's okay. I'm going to go to bed tonight and I'm going to be thinking of what I'm going to wake up to in the morning. If the world is going to still be the same for us as artists, as animators, as storytellers, as cinematographers. All right. This is a stylized version. The prompt for this one is a beautiful silhouette. Animation shows a wolf howling at the moon, feeling lonely until it finds its pack. Oh, wow. So it's able to do 2D animation now. And look how well it did the fangs of the wolf, and there's the pack. But that's iconic. Like I mean, oh there. So there's an issue right there. The moon. So you can still see glitches here and there, but it has really done a good job of following the prompt. This is really cool, like that as an opening shot, like as almost like an animated logo. Wow. Okay, let's go to the next one. There was a glitch. I saw that one. Now we're going to like really crazy imagination. This is New York City, submerged like Atlantis. Fish, whales, sea turtles, and sharks swim through the streets. Okay, this there's no way that there will be like footage in the world of this happening in New York City, unless if someone has animated this somewhere and they're drawing from that pool. I don't know if they've paid people to animate things and then they have created like a database, but this is amazing. And still, you can see issues with the fish, but the fact that you can see like the bubbles and the different types of fish, they're getting distorted every now and then. So they are not holding their anatomy well enough. But as the camera is flying underneath, you get a sense that it's gonna get better and better with this. So once you prompt this, I'm wondering, can you get the same result if you want to improve on it? Right? That is amazing. This is so surreal. And I love the reflections in the building. It's almost a post-apocalyptic kind of thing, like where the world has been like overrun by the ocean, and where humans used to be now fish roam or swim. That is really cool. Some of them look at that one looks like a hippo on the ground. All right, let's go to the next one. And the last one on this collection. Okay, so this one, a litter of golden retriever puppies playing in the snow. Their heads pop out of the snow covered in. Now, this I have to study and see if there are any imperfections in the snow. Look how adorable these little puppies are. Oh my gosh. It makes you wonder again, did they draw this from footage? Like again, a database of footage of these puppies? If not, AI has the ability to recreate this. Like, look how endearing that is, though. That is so beautifully done. That. All right, let's see what else. So that's the end of this one. So the current model has weaknesses. Yeah, I've noticed that. It has weaknesses. It may struggle with accurately simulating the physics of a complex scene and may not understand specific instances of cause and effect. That's what humans are capable of. For example, a person might take a bite out of a cookie, but afterward, the cookie may not have a bite mark. Ah, okay. So we'll see. I want to really see the result of that. The model may also confuse special details of a prompt, for example, mixing up left and right, and may struggle with precise descriptions of events that take place over time, like following a specific camera trajectory. Okay, so I noticed that in that footage that we saw of the cat, because the cat had 5 legs, and so maybe it had an issue with left and right, right? So that's what they're pointing out. So let's see this. Yeah. So they're pointing out the issues that they've encountered and some of the problems. So it's the prompt says step sprinting scene of a person running cinematic film. So the issue here The weakness they're pointing out is Sora sometimes creates physically implausible motion. It tries, but you really are supposed to be looking this other the other way if you're on a treadmill. So I definitely see that. All right. I'm glad they're actually talking about the weaknesses because I kept looking at the results thinking, my goodness, are they not acknowledging this? But they are acknowledging the weaknesses, which means they know that this system has a capability of getting better. Let's see what else is wrong. So prompt, five gray wolf pups frolicking and chasing each other around a remote gravel road surrounded by grass. The pups run and leap, chasing each other and nipping each other, playing. So the weakness, animals or people can spontaneously appear, especially in the scenes containing many entities. I noticed that. The wolves, remember the footage you saw of the wolf? A wolf just showed up from nowhere, and the vehicle also showed up from nowhere. So that's the issue. Continuity is what, and I think, all right. So I don't know if they mean that weakness is gonna continue, it's gonna stay embedded in this model or not. Hopefully not, but we'll see. If maybe it should stay, so humans have jobs. It looks like almost like when you're doing a simulation in either Maya, 3ds Max, Cinema 4D, and then like it's spawning the like multiple instances of the same thing just from one place. So that is the weakness that they're pointing out. And so this prompt is a basketball through the hoop then explodes. And the weakness is that an example of inaccurate physical modeling and unnatural object morphing. So they are pointing out that yes, it will create. So they see how the basketball went through the hoop, but here it bounced one time, went through the hoop, and exploded. But then this time it goes through. So those are the issues. But look at the fisheye lens look of this. That's amazing. So I don't know. As I of course, as a creator, you want these things to be better so that you actually get true physics. But the more they get better, the less jobs humans have, unfortunately. Yeah, we gotta talk about that. That's the elephant in the room. You wish it to get better, but the more it gets better, then there's nothing else that we humans will be needed for. All right. All right, in this prompt, archaeologists discover a generic plastic chair in the desert. Why? Who left the plastic chair there to be excavated? Anyway, archaeologists discover a generic plastic chair in the desert, excavating and dusting it with great care. Okay, that's a funny prompt. And the weakness is, in this example, Sora fails to model the chair as a rigid object leading to inaccurate physical interactions. And that is very clear for sure. It doesn't stay solid and it gets it's a life of its own. And the guy's like, dude, what are you doing? So they're excavating it and then it goes up and becomes like, yeah. So those are some of the issues that they are encountering. But the human beings, it's amazing how they are able to. He's holding something in his hand there, like a lamp of something. And one guy disappeared. I think we had. Did he disappear? Let me see. So there were 1, 2, 3, there are 5 guys. And that guy is going to disappear. He disappeared. Okay. That is a weakness. All right. And the last one is this prompt is a grandmother with neatly combed gray hair stands behind a colorful birthday cake with numerous candles at a wood dining room table. Expression is one of the pure joy. Remember they talked about language, even though you misspell something or like the semantics, syntax is not right, it still understands. So with a happy glow in her eye, she leans forward and blows out the candles with a gentle puff. The cake has pink frosting and sprinkles, and the candles cease to flicker. The grandmother wears a light blue blouse adorned with floral patterns. Several happy friends and family sitting at the table can be seen celebrating out of focus. The scene is beautifully captured, cinematic, showing a three-quarter view of the grandmother and the dining room. Warm color tones and soft lighting enhance the mood. It does look beautiful, but the hands, the hands are another thing altogether. And the weakness is that simulating complex interactions between objects and multiple characters is often challenging for the model, sometimes resulting in humorous generations. Yeah, the hand is very, very funny. Look at this hand right here. The grandma. Let me maximize this so you guys can see it. Yeah, all that money invested in the software and all of this is just prompted and is able to create it like out of the blue. But it's incredible. Like the lens, imagine everyone that has invested in lenses, right? So I think, I mean, when you have a family member, this model is not going to be able to generate your family members. I think that that is the hope, is that we are going to still be able to shoot footage of characters that we have talked with, someone who has auditioned to tell a story. But here, these people, you don't know them. We don't know their history. They can't really act because they don't have a past. But when you're talking with someone who's real and you actually, as a cinematographer, shooting someone with your camera, there's going to be something like organic about that. Yes, this is going to be, and now I don't know if it's going to be able to talk. If these characters are able to be given voices and then you're able to prompt and the character actually says exactly what you say, then there's a lot of trouble on the horizon. Yeah, yeah. Okay. And that was the last one. So, safety. One of the things that they're pointing out is that we'll be taking several important safety steps ahead of making Sora available in OpenAI's products. We are working with red teamers, domain experts in the areas like misinformation, hateful content, and bias. Will be advisory testing the model, advising as advisors. We're also building tools to help detect misleading content, such as detection classifier that can tell when a video was generated by Sora. We plan to include C2PA metadata in the future if we deploy the model in an OpenAI product. In addition to us developing new techniques to prepare for deployment, we're leveraging the existing safety methods that we built for our products for use DALI 3 now. So there's a lot in here to digest, and there's more. I don't know if I can go through the rest of these, but some of these prompts, I guess, as we're wrapping this up, this stream, thank you guys for joining me again. Every person that has tuned in, I truly appreciate. I'm always looking out for tools that we can use as storytellers to tell our stories. And when this came on the scene, I was like, oh my goodness, all the software developers are probably thinking, oh my, this is dank, because now cartoons can be created this way, real footage can be created, like surreal videos are going to be able to be created like that. It's amazing, right? So this prompt is: the camera directly faces colorful buildings in Verona, Italy. An adorable Dalmatian looks through a window on a building on the ground floor. Many people are walking and cycling along the canal streets in front of the building. So this right here, it didn't include the many people who are walking and cycling for some reason. So what were they talking about here? We'll check reject text input that I evaluation of, like those that request extreme violence, hateful. We've also developed robot indicators that use it to review the frames of every generation. Will be engaging policymakers. So I wonder if for this set, they're talking about how they're able to rule out, like take a part of a prompt and not show it, right? Because here the focus is on the Dalmatian, but then many people are walking and cycling through the canal. So that, I don't know. Let's go to the next one and see what's up with that. So with this one, the prompt: an adorable, happy otter confidently stands on a surfboard wearing a yellow life jacket, riding along turquoise tropical waters near lush tropical islands, 3D digital render art style. How beautiful is that? Look at that happy little guy, dude. I want to be your friend. Now, it says otter with just a single T, but look at the little hands. Oh, wait a minute. He has many fingers. One, two, three. Let's count the fingers. One, two, three, four, five, six. An otter with six toes. uh, you said it's a good time to become. Oh my gosh. Um, I've talked to some friends who are actually thinking about becoming farmers. Like seriously, like, but even farming, you have combine harvesters, right? Those are robotic, and they are those are going to replace humans too. So machinery is going to replace a lot of things. So we just have to. Can you try it out to create a video? Yes, I'm going to do my best to try it out. They are sending out initiative to a group of people. I hope I'll be one of those that are going to be able to try it out. And when I do get a chance to try it out, I'll definitely share with you guys and see what the whole level is all about. But this, to me, the cartoon part of it, look at how happy the guy is. Now there's some issues like the eye as his head turns. You can see the eye is gonna go in a little bit more than you would expect. But the rendering of the fur, the water. So I'm even thinking about Wonder Studio, for example, what this means for Wonder Studio, companies like Wonder Studio, motion capture companies. Like, you don't need motion capture. You don't need an animator to do this. You don't need someone to model or rig this character. It's all done by the AI, like, it's Sora. So, man. Okay, let's go to the next one. This is the last tour. So this one is this close-up shot of a chameleon showcasing its striking color-changing capabilities. Its striking color-changing capabilities. The background is blurred, drawing attention to the animal's striking. Okay, I already saw a glitch. So yeah, I'm trying to see because I know what a chameleon's hand looks like. Yeah, there it is. The leg is way down here, and that was the tail. But overall, like this right here is amazing. And I wanted to see if the eyes actually go in different directions, because chameleons' eyes go in different directions. And yeah, that is it. It did. But down here is where the issues are, because a chameleon has like this almost like a clasping claw, two on the back and two on the front, like, so you can see the issues of that. But even then, this is amazing that it's able to do that, right? I don't know. David Attenborough will be like, no, that is not correct. All right, let's go to the next one. And a Koji vlogging itself in tropical Maui. Oh my gosh. Now this is where the creativity comes in, right? Look at the Kogi. And now I don't know how it's able to have that the camera, the tripod looks like it's been inserted in its chest, and then the bird disappears as it's flying in. So you see the seagull. I think it's, oh, there it is. It's running. It's just hopping. It's actually, seagulls walk with two legs. They don't hop around like that. There's one that's gonna fly in, I think, at this, like around here. There, it flies and then disappears. I see the shadow. But overall, the Kogi is vlogging. You're talking about life on the beach and how it's like really having fun, and life is it's awesome. That is really cool. Now the camera type, I think that's probably gonna be supposed to be a GoPro, but it's like a compressed, smashed GoPro. It's a unique one. Look at the fronts in the palm leaves blowing in the wind. That is beautiful. It rendered it well. I mean, there's some issues, but, and you can see actually how the reflection is working on the paw that is holding the camera. Like, you can see the blues reflected on it and the blue from the sky. Koji looks happy. That's happening. Sup, dude? Grab shell, dude. Let's get to the next one. This one, the prompt is: a white and orange tabby cat is seen happily darting through our dense garden as if chasing something. Its eyes are wide and happy as it jogs forward, scanning the branches, flowers, leaves. The path is narrow as it makes its way between all the plants. So I think what I'm noticing is that the more descriptive you are, it seems like the model takes that information and adds all of those even more. So it's amazing to see that, and how the camera is actually tracking, because it would be almost impossible to mount a camera and then track a cat through the grass like that. That is almost impossible. As a cinematographer, I'm telling you, it will be really, really difficult to keep up, unless if it's your cat and it's your pet. But then, of course, you'd see the leaves moving because you. So this is almost an impossible shot. So the AI is able to do that. Now, I don't know if they had like a GoPro tracking like the original footage where this model is drawing from. I wonder how they were able to capture that, but that's an amazing shot that was able to generate that. So cool. So cool. All right, let's get the next one. Almost there, guys. So this one is aerial view of Santorini during the blue hour, showcasing the stunning architecture of white cycladic buildings with blue domes. The caldera views are breathtaking, and the lighting creates a beautiful, serene atmosphere. Let's see. That does look beautiful. And you know what's amazing is the ability to look in and actually see almost like a three-dimensional change of the views, and it stays true to that and like kind of recreates that. So I really would love to see like original footage of what this looks like in real life, But that's amazing. The lighting is dramatic. This is beautiful. Hats off, OpenAI team. So this one, tilt shift of construction site filled with workers, equipment, and heavy. Okay. For those of you who are not familiar with photography, tilt shift is almost like you're trying to get an area where it's like the focus is on one specific area and everything else is out of focus, right? It almost gives it like a stop motion, like macro feel to it. And you can see issues with it. Oh, the people are entering into the building, or rather into the walls. There's like lack of physics. Yeah, this one has some issues for sure. And that's, I think, the weakness of what they pointed out. And the cranes have issues. Yeah, definitely. You can see the weakness really, really. Like even here, you can see the tractor is in the ground, but it's 360 degrees almost. That is impressive. And this one is a giant towering cloud in the shape of a man looms over the earth. The cloud man shoots lightning bolts down to earth. Yeah, once they combine this with interactive VR, it's gonna be amazing. So this character now, this is amazing. You're talking about uh, volumetrics that's able to do volumetrics like this character with the first of all, you have to get the shot from way up in the air, right? And then be able to render this character almost like you're in space. That is amazing. That is really, really cool. And I think this is going to be so helpful for concept work. Like if you're trying to pitch an idea to your producer, executive producer, your investors and things like that, right? If you have a story, you're going to be able to actually bring it to life this way. Let's go to the next one. And this one, the prompt is a Samoyed and a golden retriever dog are playfully romping through a futuristic neon city at night. The neon lights emitted from the nearby building glistens off of their fur. Let's see, does it? Yes, it does. Look at how it actually did that. And this is really difficult to pull off. I mean, you can see it's trying to stay true to the dog's anatomy, but every now and then the legs disappear, like right there, and then pops up again. That's the weakness they pointed out. But overall, the lighting is dramatic. You can actually see it in the eyes, the fur, and look at the bokeh effect in the background, like the depth of field. That is beautiful. And finally, is it? Yeah, and yeah, 10. The prompt is the Glenfinnan. I hope I'm saying this right. The Glenfinnan Viaduct is a historic railway bridge in Scotland, UK, that crosses over the West Highland Line between the towns of Mallaig and Fort William. It is a stunning sight as a steam train leaves the bridge, traveling over the arch-covered viaduct. The landscape is dotted with lush greenery and rocky mountains, creating a picturesque backdrop for the train journey. The sky is blue and the sun is shining, making for a beautiful day to explore this majestic spot. This is amazing. Now, guys, if you're from Scotland, let me know. Like, when you look at this footage, does it look like exactly what is expected? I see some flickering over here, but look at the smoke as it's dissipating. You can see it disappearing like that. In normal life, like, usually smoke dissipates much slower than that. Well, this is steam, so maybe that's why, but you can see some flickering. But overall, this will make an amazing like opening shot, like, like some of the movies in Victorian times. you know this is so cool. And the shadow, I'm wondering if it's based on original footage, or if the sun that has been generated by the AI is actually casting the shadow properly, and the light is falling on these carriages over here. But my goodness. Okay, guys, thank you so much again for joining me. Today was mind blowing. And some of the things that they say: research techniques. Sora is a diffusion model which generates a video by starting off with one that looks like static noise and gradually transforms it by removing the noise over many steps. Sora is capable of generating entire videos all at once, or extending generated video. Oh my gosh, I didn't even know it could do this. It can extend. So that limitation that we saw earlier on that said it was one, could only do 1 minute. Well, looks like you can just like runway, you can extend it beyond that and actually make like, so we're gonna see movies made out of this. So anyway, guys, when you get a chance, if you want to read more about, just go to openai.com/Sora. I think our lives as artists are about to change dramatically, but I'm not gonna stop daring to dream big. I'm gonna go lay down tonight, and I'm gonna take stock of what I've just seen. Still gonna try to create tutorials. Yes, it is exciting and it is concerning at the same time. Yeah, I think the world has changed as we know it today for us as artists, because we've seen examples of this work. We've seen examples of different models creating different kinds of things. But right now, today, as of today, Sora, man. Yeah, that's all I can say. Thank you for joining me today, guys. I just wanted to go through and talk about Sora real quick. Yeah, once I get access, I'll try it out and share with you guys. But yeah, we have to take stock. I think I'm going to go back to. I'm gonna make sure I paint more, like oil paintings, because. But also, I'm gonna do my best to learn how to use this technology. I'm gonna just rack my brain and see how can I still tell compelling stories using this technology, because clearly it's gonna come down to who can tell the best story, because AI is capable of telling stories, yes, using ChatGPT, but AI doesn't have my experiences. AI doesn't have your experiences. It doesn't have your memories. It doesn't have your family. It doesn't have the interactions you've had. AI has never held a job. You have. AI hasn't lost a loved one. You have. I have. AI has never gone through a pandemic. We have. The whole world went through that. And I think those experiences are going to make a big difference as we're telling those stories. And I think that's why AI needs human beings. It needs our access to artistic content and footage and things like that, so it can learn from it. But the hope that we have as creators, as storytellers, is that we still are human at the end of the day. So don't forget that and hold on to that. We still have experiences that we can share with others. Bye for now. And God bless. Much love to each and every one of you. I'm praying for you. Please don't lose hope. Don't lose no hope, no matter what you see here. Let's see how we can. I'm going to do my best to see how we can harness this technology, and I'm going to do my best to share it with you so we still find a way to work in this new era of AI. Bye for now.